Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight we are live on YouTube and Facebook for the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models. Tonight we come to the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway, for round number 3 of the series. Next week I believe the Mighty Midgets make their first appearance of the summer, or of the winter I should say. But before we get there, we need to tackle round number 3. So far, the opening 2 weeks at Eldora and Volusia, we have seen some fantastic racing. And no doubt we are going to see some more fantastic racing here tonight. So we're going to let practice roll on just for a few minutes, and then we'll come back with qualifying in around 6 minutes time. Alright, so just a quick update. We did update the link for the YouTube, so please refresh the screen if you want to watch it in 1080p. You can head over to, or you can head over to youtube.com/ultimatedirttv. Hit the subscribe button, doesn't cost a cent, and you can be notified of when we go live here on YouTube. We are live tonight once again, as I said, on Facebook and YouTube, so you've got the choice on what you want to watch it on 720p on Facebook or 1080p on YouTube, no doubt. It's going to be a fantastic showing here this evening. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with qualifying in just under 6 minutes time from now. Alright, just a bit of an update, ladies and gentlemen. We are less than 20 seconds from getting ready to go to qualifying. And we have 35 cars who have laid down a time, and the gap from first to 35 is 0.649 of a second. And that just goes to show you right now with the racetrack starting to slicken off. Hopefully we're going to see some multiple groove racing here at the Knoxville Raceway. We'll put the top 10 on screen for qualifying. And we're going to try and cover as many cars as we can. Obviously, with the way things are set, it's a lone qualifying session, so everyone will have a chance to go out there by themselves and lay down a lap time. 2.5 minutes these drivers have. Here we go, qualifying for the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models at the Knoxville Raceway. Waiting for the top 10 qualifiers to get on left-hand side of your screen. Trent Gosley, the first car. Bob King goes straight to position number 1 with an 18.525. Brett Jr. Morris. Second quick, we see on screen the 36. And that is Ricky Sanders. You're watching the 9 of Joel Berkeley on screen at the moment. See what he can do here in the TTL Sports Ash Media Speedway footage. Thigh Design, Dalton Dirt TV. First lap, he gets the green flag this time by. So Brett Jr. Morris, second quick. Josh Harm, third quick with an 18.538. Zachary Phelan with an 18.579. Jake Maloney, fifth quick with an 18.653. Cam Taylor, sixth quick with an 18.687. And Joel Berkeley, quick time with an 18.471. Try and get some other drivers on the racetrack. Nathan Clark on screen in car number 25, sitting 13th quick with an 18.776. On screen right now is car number 3 of Lewis Hewitt. Hewitt getting the green flag here at Knoxville. Got 45 seconds to turn the lap time. Jared Steen, 8th quick. Anthony Blair jumps to position 9, and James Robbie rounds out the top 10. But Lewis Hewitt, he will get his first lap in here at Knoxville, and rolling right through the slick on the bottom side of the racetrack. This is where we'll see some of these drivers here this evening. Lewis Hewitt, position number 4 with an 18.537. You see some of these cars still on the racetrack. Harry Edwards with a time there. Lewis Hewitt, 18.537. And Lewis Hewitt up to position number 2 with an 18.516. Here we go. Heat race number 1. We're ready to roll onto the racetrack. We'll have 4 heat races here this evening. And starting on the pole in the first heat race of tonight's third round of the series. Going quick time this evening in car number 9, it is Joel Berkeley starting on pole position. To his outside, out of position number 2, is his teammate, the 11 of Josh Harm. And while these two drivers are no strangers in any race car, starting side by side and battling with each other, so this is going to be an interesting front row. Inside row number 2, out of position number 3, is the 91 of Jared Steen. He will line up alongside the Transport Equipment Hire 07 of Trent Gosley. In the Speed Flow Equipment Australia Oz Sim Racing car number 24, out of position 5, it's Dale Grother. To his outside in car number 32, it's Callan Arthur. Starting out of position number 7 in the 66, it's New Zealand Sim Racing's own Harry Edwards. He will line up alongside the number 2 of Shannon Jordan at a position at number 8. Jordan, disappointing with that qualifying effort considering the first 2 weeks. Well, he's been into the A main straight away. And starting at a position at number 9 in the 113, the 113 car, it is Brenton West. So we watch the cars roll down the front straight away. Pace truck will drive to the infield. And we're getting set for 10 laps on the board. Reminder, we are live on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Big thanks to the Australian Speedway League. Check them out on Facebook, Australian Speedway League. You can check out Colby's iPaints on Facebook as well, along with City Group Holdings, sponsors of Ultimate Dirt TV. Check out City Group on the web at www.cedi.com. It's CEDI.com. Here we go. Heat race number 1 when the green flag drops. Well, we all know the BS stuff, but here we go. Green flag is out, and Berkeley and Josh Harm with an even launch into turns 1 and 2. Harm on the top side, Berkeley on the low side. Jared Steen in second spot, but now Gosley moves around the outside to pick up position number 3. But the battle is on between the teammates up out in front. Joel Berkeley and Josh Harm still race side by side. Harm will lead lap number 1 by 0.069 of a second. Berkeley fighting back on the inside here. Off of turn number 2, but Harm clear of the 9 machine. Harm looking to start on the pole for the main event. Berkeley, well, he's led quite a few laps in the opening first 2 rounds. At Eldora, he led all 30, and Volusia, he led quite a few before being beaten by Cam Taylor. Berkeley on the low side, Harm on the top side of the racetrack. Still side-by-side battle for the race lead. There's also a battle going on for 5th and 6th at the moment. Harry Edwards, Dale Grother, and Shannon Jordan all battling it out. Josh Harm continues to lead into 3 and 4, running just above that slick line. And Berkeley, well, he's hung down to the low side. 4 down, 6 to go here on the opening heat race of the night. 4 heat races here this evening. We'll have a C into B main. Might even have a D main as well. Harm continues to lead us. That top side momentum is where it's at right now. But Berkeley, he's finding the shortest way around. He just can't make the move off the corner exit. That's what's really hurting that number 9 machine at the moment. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 to run. Harm, I'm pretty sure he's led every lap so far. Berkeley just moves up a lane right now, but well, he keeps it hugged back down on the low side in the middle of 3 and 4. Harm using that little ledge on the entry into turn number 1 to get the right rear and slingshot off, kind of like what we've seen in the first couple of weeks of the series. Now this time Berkeley goes up top into turns 3 and 4 as he follows his teammate off of turn number 4 with 3 to run. Gosley in 3rd. 4th is Jared Steen in the 91. 5th is going to be Harry Edwards. Now I believe the top 5 go on through to the main event. So at the moment, he's hanging on to the bubble spot right now. He's got Grother behind him. Grother to the inside. The battle is on for 5th. Oh, Grother gets tied and gets a little contact there with Edwards. Oh, no! Grother and Edwards. Well, Grother's around. Edwards is, well, still going. The 113 of Brenton West. He's around as well. And that gives a 5th spot to Shannon Jordan in the 2 machine. White flag out this time by for your race leader, Josh Harm in the 11 car. Looking to break Joel Berkeley's streak of starting on pole for the main event. Into 3 and 4, Harm goes down low to shut the door on Berkeley. Josh Harm will start on pole for the main event here at Knoxville. 2nd will go to Berkeley. 3rd is going to be Gosley. 4th is going to be Jared Steen. And 5th will be Shannon Jordan in the 2. Callan Arthur, Harry Edwards, Dale Grother and Brenton West round out the 9-car field here in heat race number 1. And well done to Josh Harm. Heat race number 2 up next on the program. And starting on the pole will be the driver of the TTL Esports number 3 machine. It'll be Lewis Hewitt Starting on pole. On his outside will be the 49 of Zachary Phelan. At a position number 3, the 57 of Anthony Bland. At a position number 4, the 78 of John Schultz. At a position 6 will be the 36 of Ricky Sanders. And starting at a position 7 will be the 95 of Zach Masters. At a position 8 on the outside of the 4th row in car number 61, it is Bryce Kenyon. And at a position number 9 in car number 12, it's Michael Wilson. Anthony Bland, a non-starter in this one. Didn't make the grid. So that's going to make his life just a little bit more difficult here this evening. If he's going to have any chance at making it into the main event, he will be back in tonight's B main. In fact, there's going to be 2 B mains. There'll be 12 laps, the distance in each of them, and the top 2 will transfer on. So, one to green flag this time by. Hewitt really needs to be careful on this initial start, because if Phelan gets to the outside, we've seen what Josh Hahn was able to do on the top side of the racetrack. He's able to keep the momentum up, and he was able to lead all 10 laps of the opening heat race. So Hewitt, although they can't go until the green flag, he's really going to have to get the jump on Zachary Phelan. Pace truck is in. Cars coming off of turn number 4. Green flag is out and we're underway. And, well, a fairly even launch with the 78 of John Schultz. Well, that was a big mess there on that start. And Hewitt will lead off of turn number 2. Phelan in second. Battling his teammate, the 911 of Lachlan Smith. Back there in third position. In fourth is Ricky Sanders. And rounding up the top 5 straight into the main event tonight will be Zach Masters. If he can continue this on. But we look at the battle for second and third. Lachlan Smith on the inside in the 911. Zachary Phelan on the outside in the 49. Well, he is way up into the marbles and up and over the cushion. But he's somehow finding it and making it work. Hewitt through the slick, as is Smith. So first and third run through the slick. Second runs above the cushion, above the slick spot in turns 3 and 4, and as I say that, Lachlan Smith, he's going to go up there as well. Top 3 pulling away from 4th position by close to 3/4 of a straightaway, if not maybe just a little bit more. On screen is the 78 of John Schultz in 6th spot, the first car not to make it into the main event tonight from directly into the heat racing action. So we watch the top 3 on screen. Just a moment, Lewis Hewitt in the 3 car still out in front. And he's done so for 5 laps when we go past the start-finish line this time by. And I got to say that the 49 is starting to close in on your race leader. Under 3/10 of a second. It was about 2.5. There you go, 0.251. When they came across the start-finish line, looking at lap time, Zachary Phelan with an 18.616 on the last lap. It was 2/10 quicker than Lewis Hewitt. So the 49 is starting to close in, although one little mistake there off the exit of corner number 4, and he's having to use a slide job line. What the sprint cars do to go fast. Here at the Knoxville when the track slickens off. Back up over 3/10 of a second right now, Hewitt. Smith starting to fall some way a bit by about 8 car lengths. Back to Zachary Phelan, but Smith using the slider line through 1 and 2. Similar sort of lap times, 18.7 for both Hewitt and Phelan. Top 3. 4th is Sanders battling with Zach Masters, as we've got 2 laps to go here at the Knoxville Raceway in the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models Round 3. Off of turn number 4, they come past the virtual Doug Clark flag stand, waving the white flag. And Hewitt, well, he's got half a mile to go. Phelan, can he make something of it in the final half a lap here? Final 2 turns into 3 and 4. Lewis Schilt will start outside of the front row for tonight's main event. He grabs a win in heat race number 2. Second, we'll go to the 49 of Zachary Phelan. Third is going to be the 911 of Lachlan Smith. Zach Masters gets 4th, and Ricky Sanders comes home in 5th. John Schultz in 6th. Michael Wilson, Bryce Kenyon, and Anthony Bland did not start in that one. Heat race number 3 up next. And starting on the pole in car number 51, it's Bob King. Starting out of position number 2 on the outside in car number 29, it's Jake Maloney. And at position number 3 in car number 41, it's James Robbie. At a position number 4 in car number 25, it's Nathan Clark. At a position number 5 in car number 67, it is Brayton Davison. Lining up alongside him in the 015, it's Darren Lord at a position number 6. At a position number 7 in car number 21, it's Troy Price, and to his outside. At a position number 8 in car number 13, it's Kane Blair. And running shotgun at the back of this field. At a position number 9 in car number 17, it is Thomas Hunter. Another 9 cars here in heat race number 2. Make that number 3, I apologise. Another 10 laps on the board. The winner of this one will start inside of row number 2 for the feature. Top 5 go through to the main event. 6 on back will be locked into 2 B mains. And we'll have 12 laps for those B mains, and the top 2 will go on to the main event from both B main 1 and B main 2. Ace truck is in. Bob King alongside Jake Maloney, waiting for the green flag, and we are underway here in heat race number 3. King got a good start, as did Maloney, but King is going to slide up to the top of the racetrack, and he holds the race lead off at turn number 2. James Robbie now on the inside of Maloney into turn number 3 and 4. Keep an eye on Brayton Davison in the 67 up to position number 4. Position 5 is Nathan Clark in the 25. Track slowly starting to widen out right now. They are almost going to be near the top of the racetrack, right up near the wall, I reckon, come A main time. Clark trying to find a way around the outside of Brayton Davison in the 67. Clark way up into the fluffy stuff up top. Oh, he gets a little tight as he went to pass Brayton Davison. Here comes the 21 of Troy Price on the outside looking in. King, your race leader from Maloney. No change to the top 2. James Robbie in 3rd, and he has got a handful of cars behind him right now. Brayton Davison, Nathan Clark, the top 5. Then you go back to Troy Price, Darren Lord, Kane Blair, and Thomas Hunter. Top 2 on screen. Your leader in the 51 is Bob King. That ledge going on the entry into turn number 3 and 4, and you'll see him do the same thing into 1 and 2. Just watch the right side of that car go up and slingshot off of the ledge and straight into 1 and 2. In fact, let's try and get a right rear suspension shot of this car. We're on board with Bob King at the moment. You can see Maloney closely followed in behind him right now, and there's that ledge that I was just talking about. Battle almost going on for the final transfer spot in tonight's main event. Nathan Clark hangs on by a couple of car lengths over Troy Price in the 21. They all are on the top side of the racetrack at the moment. And well, let's just say Maloney right now, a 10th.5 quicker on the previous lap of Bob King. Bob King's on the fast lap of the race with an 18.542. Maloney, Mr. Consistency right now with an 18.651, his fastest lap. And his previous was an 18.698, and there it is, an 18.564. Once again, a tenth quicker than Bob King at the moment. It's one thing to catch him, trying to pass him for the race lead with just one lap to go this time by off a turn number 4. Your leader King, half a mile to go, 4 more turns here at the Knoxville Raceway. Into 1 and 2 we go. The white flag is out. And this track is really starting to widen out right now. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Bob King in the Synergy Sim Racing car will get the job done. He will start position number 3 in tonight's main event. Second, going to be home to the 29 of Jake Maloney. James Robbie in 3rd, Brayton Davis in 4th, Nathan Clark 5th, Troy Price 6th, Darren Nord 7th, 8th was Kane Blair and Thomas Hunter. Rounds out the 9-car field in heat race number 3. Heat race number 4 up next. And it's the final heat race of the night. And we have starting on the pole in car number 94, it is Brett Junior Morris. To his outside, the Volusia Super Late Model winner from round number 2, the number 6 car of Cam Taylor. He will start at a position number 2. At a position number 3 in car number 71, it's Gavin Sadler. On his outside, starting at a position number 4, it's the 5 of James Rice. At a position number 5, the 55 of Marcus Knitska. He will line up alongside the 26 of Daniel Page at a position 6. At a position 7, the 99 of Dale Jordison. He will line up alongside the 31 of Michael Crooks at a position number 8. And at a position number 9 in the 500, it is George Fullerton starting at a position 9, rounding out this 9-car field for our 4th and final heat race of the night. Heat race number 4, we are green. Green flag is out and we're underway. Morris slides up in front of Taylor. Taylor crosses underneath. Sattler's on the inside. They were 3 wide for a moment. And the battle is on for the race lead. Taylor with a big slide job on Morris into turn number 3 and 4. And they still race side by side for the race lead. Brett Junior Morris by 1/1000th of a second. Well, you can't get any closer than that. Sorry to point out the obvious. Gavin Sadler back there in position number 3. 4th is James Rice. Marcus Knitska rounds out the top 5. And he's got the 99 of Dale Jordison breathing down the 55's neck. Oh, we got Page around in the 26. Oh, Sadler got really tight on entry. And that car is ill handling a race car right now. And that allows James Rice up to position 4. It almost looks like something is broken on that 71 machine. Something on the right rear, the way that car is just turning. He hangs on to 5th spot at the moment. And Sadler trying to work back to the inside, but Knitska on the outside looking for 4th. He will grab 4th. We check at the lead 2 cars. They are pulling away from the guys in 3rd place. And 3rd place happens to be the 5 in the JR Productions and Media Ultimate Dirt TV BK Designs number 5 of James Rice. Knitska in 4th. Sadler in 5th, and you go back to Dale Jordison in 6th. Taylor coming after Brett Junior Morris. Taylor looking for the slide job, and it is complete. And Morris seen it coming, and he crosses back underneath. 6 down, 4 to go, and this time it's Taylor who's going to lead by 1/2 a tenth. Morris with a slide job on Taylor, and how can you not like this battle on screen? But the race lead, Taylor once again, oh, he got real tight, and Morris, he was well aware of the fact that Taylor was super duper tight, that he was able to cross back underneath him. Wow, this is a great battle up front between Morris and Taylor. Here at Knoxville, Taylor once again going to slide up in front of Morris. And man, these guys are putting on a show. If this is what we're experiencing in heat racing competition, I can't wait till we get to the B mains and the main event. Morris with another beautiful slide job on Taylor. Taylor going to return serve. Yes, he does. This is dead set going to be a drag race to the start-finish line. It's a drag race right now. And there was not much in it. As we have a look with Morris. Another slide of the gap. 3/1000ths of a second. Taylor going to throw the slider again. Is he going to be clear? No! Morris is going to hang on. It's still going to be a drag race. But the 94 of Brett Jr. Morris getting the checkered flag and getting the win. In heat race number 4, Taylor home in second, Rice, Sadler and Knitsker our top 5. Jordison, Fullerton, Crooks and Page will be in tonight's B main. In fact, it might have been our top 4 that went straight on to the main event. And we take 20 cars for the feature B main number 1. Starting on the pole in car number 2. He's going to be Shannon Jordan. To his outside, the 25 of Nathan Clark lines up out of position number 2. At a position 3 is going to be the 32 of Callan Arthur. At a position number 4 is going to be the 21 of Troy Price. At a position 5, the 66 of Harry Edwards lines up alongside the 015 of Darren Lord. At a position 7, the 24 of Dale Grother. At a position number 8, the 13 of Kane Blair. At a position number 9, in the 113, it is Brenton West. He lines up alongside the 17 of Thomas Hunter at a position number 10. B main number 1, the top 2 will go on to the back of the main event. "12 laps, the journey around the Knoxville Raceway. If you're not in the top 2, well, it's best to get set for an entertaining night of racing here at the Knoxville Raceway. The sprint car capital of the world, and well, we're on the super late models first, and then straight after this one, or straight after the main event, we get set for the WP Concreting 360 Winged Sprint Car Series here at the Knoxville Raceway. B main number 1. Just quietly held the mic levels. Making sure everything's A-OK. Green flag is out. Jordison and Clark got an epic start. Straight to the race lead on the top side of the racetrack. Cars around, contact in the back. And Clark, oh, here comes Edwards with a big slide job on Callan Arthur. This battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Oh, Grother. And I believe that is Callan Arthur had contact down the front straight away. Edwards, the first car looking in. First car not to make it through tonight's main event. And Shannon Jordan in that number 2 machine rides in 2nd spot. He goes to the inside of Clark into turns number 1 and 2. They race side by side, and Clark once again will have the momentum on the top side. And Jordan, he's got to be careful right now. If he leaves that top side open for just a second, that's going to allow the 66 of Edwards to really shut the door on that 2 machine. And look at tonight's main event starting from the back. Jordan doesn't make a mistake this time in turns number 1 and 2. He goes to the top side. The top 2, 3 on screen just there from Nathan Clark and the 25, your race leader. 4 down, 8 to go. 1/3 of the distance complete here in B main number 1. Fastest lap so far is Harry Edwards with an 18.751. And doing that on the top of the racetrack, Jordan to the inside of Clark. Has Edwards got enough pace? No, Edwards now going to dive to the low side. Look to put the slide up into turn number 3 and 4. But Jordan, sorry, 1 and 2, sorry, Jordan. Well, he's doing everything right so far on the top side. Here comes Edwards. The left front caught that inside berm, and that really unsettled the car. And gives a little bit of breathing room right now to the 2 of Shannon Jordan. Meanwhile, Nathan Clark leading 6 of 12 so far. But here comes Jordan to the low side into 3 and 4. There's the big Hail Mary slide job, tags the wall. And here comes Clark back to the race lead. And just like you've seen in the last heat race, we're seeing some slide jobs put on by the guys at the front. Clark, your race leader, fastest with an 18.771. Jordan with an 18.706. The 2 fastest cars, sorry, the 2 of the 3 fastest cars. Edwards with an 18.751. But let's go on board with Harry Edwards here. Riding in 3rd position with just 3 laps to go in turns 3 and 4 right now. Jordan through the middle of 1 and 2. Going to the low side again. In fact, going to drive right through the slick. In 3 and 4 now with just 2 laps to go. Jordan, he's got a mile to go to hold on and transfer into tonight's main event. Clark now off for turn number 2, past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. He has done a superb job so far in the worm paints number 25. And with the white flag out this time by Jordan, he's not content with second. They make a little contact into 1 and 2. Jordan on the low side. Clark on the top side. He goes a big slide job into 3 and 4. Edwards is there side by side between Clark. Clark is going to get the run down to the start finish line. Jordan comes up in front of Edwards and just decides to fence him. After the race, Edwards comes home in 3rd. Jordan upside down. Thankfully, he's going to have a car raceable for tonight's main event. Price, Arthur, Grother, West, Blair, Lord, and Hunter rounds out the field here in tonight's B main number 1. B main number 2 up next. There we go. B main number 2 starting on the pole. In car number 36, it's going to be Ricky Sanders. Starting out of position number 2 in the 55, it's Marcus Knitska. Inside round number 2, in car number 78, John Schultz lines up along on the outside in car number 99. In position 4, it's Dale Jordison. And a position number 5 was scheduled to be the 12 of Michael Wilson, but that's going to move Bryce Kenyon in the 61 up to position number 5, and out of position number 6, it's the 500 of George Fullerton. Lining up out of position number 7 in the 57, it's going to be Anthony Bland. Lining up out of position number 8 in the 31, it's Michael Crooks. Riding shotgun to the back of this one in car number 26, it'll be Daniel Page. Top 2 to the main event. 3rd on back, unfortunately, will miss out on tonight's main event. 30 laps around the Knoxville Raceway. Once again, if you haven't joined us for the first 2 weeks of the series, I suggest you go back and watch the rebroadcast live on YouTube or Facebook. There, just look up the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models and watch the first round at Eldora. Was fantastic, and watch the second round at Volusia, both having 2 cautions in the main event. We go green for tonight's B-main. Knitska a little out of shape. Kenyon now on the inside. Sanders a little tight. Knitska back to second, and John Schultz to the race lead. Sanders 3 wide with Jordison and Kenyon. Sanders, that car is super tight, and he has gone backwards in a heartbeat. Now Schultz last week in the 360 Sprint Car Series come from the C main, I believe, and finished 4th in the main event. He was on an absolute tear last week in a 360 at Volusia. And while he's once again found himself again in a B main and looking to take a spot in tonight's main event. Schultz in the 78, your race leader, Marcus Knitska in second. Those two drivers at the moment, if they hang on, they will find themselves out of position 19 and 20 in tonight's main event. But Dale Jordison, well, he's not going to leave anything on the racetrack. He's going to give it his all back there in third position in the 99. Down to the low side in the 3 and 4. The left front gets on the inside curb. Sanders just falling back in 4th position right now. He's got the 57 of Anthony Bland all over the rear bumper of that 36 into turns number 1 and 2. Schultz with 7 laps to go here in tonight's B main. This track at the moment, well, it is fairly topside dominant. Oh, Schultz, a little mistake in the 3 and 4. That allowed Knitska to close in the door on the 57. And the two almost made contact in the 3 and 4. That mistake not costing Schultz any position, but cost him a little bit of speed going into 3 and 4. Just got a little too tight on the entry. And we see Jordison trying to work to the outside again. Trying to find a way around the outside of the 55 of Marcus Knitska. And you got Ricky Sanders, who was finally starting to find his rhythm. And now the battle is on for the race lead. Once again, Schultz makes another mistake. And here comes Knitska on the inside. Well, Knitska 2 wheels in the air after he caught the inside berm. And the battle is on for the race lead. Sanders to the outside of Jordison. Jordison going to put the big slide job. No! Here comes Sanders on the outside up to position number 3. Does he go outside, inside? He still tries to make it work on the top side of the racetrack. Jordison trying to slide up at the outside of the racing Toyota. Number 99. Sanders now down to the low side looking for the slide job for second spot. He clears Schultz, but Schultz crosses him back underneath now. 2.5 to run, and the battle is on for the final transfer spot. Schultz with a slide job on Sanders, and Sanders back underneath him right now. That's a drag race to the line. Sanders has it. Going into turns number 1 and 2. Slide job from Sanders on Schultz. Oh no, Jordison. There was contact with Schultz. Bland goes around Schultz into the wall. Jordison keeps on going. And I'll tell you what, if I'm Sanders, I'm sending a little bit of a paycheck to Dale Jordison. Because with 1 lap to go right now, that was anybody's guess who was going to take that second and final transfer spot. Knitska into 3 and 4. He will win tonight's B main number 2. And he will find himself at the back of the main event along with the 36 of Ricky Sanders. Home in 3rd was Dale Jordison, John Schultz in 4th, Anthony Bland, Michael Crooks, Bryce Kenyon, George Fullerton, Daniel Page and Michael Wilson at DNS. Here in B main number 2. Preliminary action done. We get set for tonight's main event. We'll take a look at our SETI Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole, in car number 11, it is going to be Josh Harm. To his outside in car number 3, it is Lewis Hewitt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Starting out of position number 3 in car number 51, it's Bob King. Into his outside, the 94 of Brett Jr. Morris.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Out of position number 5 in car number 9, it's Joel Berkeley. To his outside, the 49 of Zachary Phelan. Out of position number 7, the 29 of Jake Maloney lines up alongside the 6 of Cam Taylor. Out of position 8. Out of position 9, it's the 07 of Trent Gosley lines up alongside the 911 of Lachlan Smith. At a position number 11, the 41 of James Robbie lines up alongside the 5 of James Rice. At a position 13, the 91 of Jared Steen. At a position 14, the 95 of Zach Masters. At a position 15, the 67 of Brayton Davison. At a position 16, the 71 of Gavin Sadler. At a position 17, the 25 of Nathan Clark. At a position 18, the 2 of Shannon Jordan. At a position 19, the 55 of Marcus Knitska. And rounding out the 20-car field in tonight's main event, in car number 36, it's Ricky Sanders. Round number 3, the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models. Knoxville Raceway, it is time to get after it. Who will take home round number 3? Are we going to see a third different winner in Victory Lane? We find out in 30 laps because we are going to get dirty for 30. Green flag is out, the cars on the gas, and Hewitt and Harm into 1 and 2. Harm is going to slide up in front of Hewitt. King on the low side, making it work. For the race lead now, King, is he going to put the slider into 3 and 4? No. King on the bottom side, 3 wide behind him right now between Berkeley, Morris and Hewitt, and we got a caution out on the racetrack. The 67 of Brayton Davison. Let's take a look at our Colby's iPaint's instant replay. Oh, it was Gosley who got turned around there by Robbie. Watch the 07 here. Just get a little bit of a helping hand from the 41 that turned the 7 around. And the rear end of the 7 caught the 67. Thankfully, all cars A-OK. Still able to drive at the moment. And Bob King to the race lead. Let's have a look and see what happened here between Harm, because Harm was fairly comfortable. Well, it's giving Bob King the race lead. Second, Josh Harm, Lewis Hewitt in third. Fourth is Brett Jr. Morris. Fifth is Joel Berkeley, Zachary Phelan, Jake Maloney, Cam Taylor, Lachlan Smith, and James Rice. Rounds out the top 10. We go back to James Robbie, Jared Steen, Zach Masters, Nathan Clark, Gavin Sadler, 15th. Shannon Jordan, 16. Marcus Knitska, Ricky Sanders, Trent Gosley, and Brayton Davison back to pit road. No, in fact, he's still on the racetrack. Not sure why it was showing him on pit road. Still 20 cars on the racetrack. 4 down, 26 to go. Bob King has command of the field. He ran the low side and started position number 3. Finds himself leading this field, and we're back underway. Bob King hard on the gas as he attempts to put a little bit of distance between himself and Josh Harm, riding in second. Hewitt on the low side into 1 and 2. Brett Jr. Morris in fourth, right on the top side. Looking for third right now. Berkeley on the bottom in 3 and 4. Morris now trying to duck low on the inside of Hewitt. They race side by side. The battle is on for third. Hewitt holding tough on the top side of the racetrack, and there is Brett Jr. Morris with a big slide job into turn number 3 and 4. Oh wow, Harm into the wall hard. Off turn number 4 and on the front straightaway, Hewitt returns a slide job on Morris. This is the battle for third right now. On screen, second and third. Morris, he is closing in the gap on that number 11 machine. The 94, Brett Jr. Morris catching the 11 of Josh Harm. Meanwhile, Bob King slowly starts to extend the gap. 0.695. We're looking at about almost 0.8 of a second at the moment. Here comes Morris with a slider on Harm. Harm crosses underneath him right now, and this is not what Harm or Morris need right now. They don't really want to be battling with each other. They want to be catching the 51. And in fact, they might just be doing so right now. Harm back to second. The battle is on for 4th and 5th. Hewitt back to 5th as Joel Berkeley, your round number 1 winner, up to position 4, followed by round 2 winner Cam Taylor, looking to make a charge through this field as well. Harm and Morris continuing to throw some Hail Marys on each other around the Knoxville Raceway. Side by side at the line, give it to Josh Harm, but well, into 1 and 2 might be a different story. And oh man, that was close. Harm was committed to the top side of the racetrack. Morris clearing Harm now and sets his sight on the 51 of Bob King. We've just gone past 1/3 of the race distance here at round number 3 at the Knoxville Raceway. 11 down, 19 to run. And Bob King, your race leader from Brett Jr. Morris, Josh Harm. You go back to Joel Berkeley. Cam Taylor now up to position 5. Hewitt, after starting on the front row, back in position number 6. He tries to work the bottom side of the racetrack. Zachary Phelan in 7th. 8th is Lachlan Smith. James Robbie in 9th, and Jake Maloney rounds out the top 10. King has got a 1.4 second advantage over Brett Jr. Morris. We're almost at the halfway stage of tonight's race. Cam Taylor putting a slider on Berkeley. Berkeley attempts to cross back underneath. So these are your round 1 and round 2 winners at Eldora and Volusia. Berkeley picked up the win at Eldora. Meanwhile, Volusia winner Cam Taylor, he took the lead away from Berkeley with a mistake from the driver of the 9 machine. And those two drivers battle it out, continuing their battle from week number 2 in Volusia just a couple of weeks ago. The gap now under 1 second. You're looking at about 7 or 8 of a second between Bob King and Brett Jr. Morris. And Brett Jr. Morris right now, there was 4/1000 of a second separating their previous lap time. It is now down to 0.859 of a second between King and Morris. And coming with King is the 11 of Josh Harm. Robbie and Phelan throwing some slide jobs on each other. Robbie with a slide job on Phelan. This is for 8th and 9th right now. They race side by side. Phelan with a big slider, now throw in Maloney into the mix, and we got a nice little 3-car battle for the guy sitting in 8th, 9th and 10th. Oh wow, that infield curve there. Well, James Robbie was all over it like a fat kid on a cupcake. Phelan with a slider on Robbie. Maloney nowhere to go at the moment. 12 laps to go. We look at Berkeley and Taylor once again, 4th and 5th right now, throwing some sliders on each other. While they're doing that, they're losing time over the drivers in the top 3. And right now, Taylor a little sideways into 1 and 2. Berkeley, he is able to clear him. Top 3 on screen from left to right. The 51, your race leader. 2/3 complete. 20 down with 10 laps to go. Bob King, after starting position number 3, after winning Heat 3, is looking to take home his first checkered flag of the season in the Super Late Models. More than anything, really. Week 1 at Eldora, he led a ton of laps before falling back to, I think, about 16th place after a DNF. But now we are less than a heat race distance complete. 8 laps to go, 22, and the 94 of Brett Jr. Morris. We're looking at about 0.6 of a second. 18.674. Bob King just turned the fastest lap of the race. And Brett Jr. Morris, he was 3/4 of a tenth off on the previous lap. We'll see what these drivers can do this time by. And there's that 1/2 a tenth that Brett Jr. Morris lost. He's just gained on the last lap. Berkeley clear from Taylor in 4th. Hewitt and Smith. Smith has cleared Hewitt off of turn number 2. You go back to phone, you look at James Robbie in 9th. 10th is Maloney, and then you throw in Jared Steen. Smith into the wall. Sorry, it's failing. Apologies there to Smith. Smith is up in a position 6. Battling with Hewitt now. Oh, Bob King into the wall. Oh, just as we were going back to the race lead, the one mistake has cost him the race lead. And with 5 to go, the Kiwi is out in front. Brett Junior Morris. Hard with a slide job on King. And now these two are going to battle it out for 2nd and 3rd. 4 laps to go, coming to the stripe this time by King. Caught the infield berm, and he goes from first up back to position number 3. Now less than 2 miles to run for your race leader, Brett Junior Morris in the 94 machine. 3 laps to go. Harm in 2nd. 3rd is King. Berkeley 4th. Taylor in 5th. Smith and Hewitt still going at it. Smith, although he's got the top side working, and he's got a lot of momentum right now. 2 laps to go for your race leader. As we watch him go into turn number 1 and 2, I don't think they're going to catch lap traffic. But that's going to be tough, because if they do, you've got one car running on the low side, which I believe is Masters. And you've got Rice running on the top side. The white flag is out. Half a lap to go. 4 more turns for the 94 of Brett Junior Morris. Harm in 2nd. He rails the cushion. And Harm's got one last chance here into 3 and 4. Can he do anything with him? Off of turn number 4. Round number 3 winner of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models goes to the 94 of Brett Junior Morris. Home in 2nd is Josh Harm in the 11, and the 51 of Bob King. Home in 3rd place. We're going to have a look at our City Group Holding finishing results. We'll see if the 94 wants to burn it down. Doesn't look like it. Just in case you missed it the first time. The City Group Holdings finishing results coming home with the win in the number 94. It is Brett Junior Morris. Home in 2nd was the 11 of Josh Harm. In 3rd place, the 51 of Bob King. Joel Berkeley home in 4th. Rounding up the top 5 went to Cam Taylor. Lachlan Smith came home in 6th. Lewis Hewitt will come home in 7th. 8th is going to be Zachary Phelan. James Robbie in 9th. Jared Steen rounds out the top 10. Go over to the pace to Jake Maloney in 11th. Nathan Clark home in 12th. Shannon Jordan in the 2 from 18th to 13th, looking like he will be tonight's hard charger. Brayden Davison in 14th. In 15th was Gavin Sadler. Trent Gosley fell back to 16th. 17th was Ricky Sanders. Marcus Knitska in 18th. James Rice in 19th. And our 20th, the only car to go a lap down here in tonight's main event, was the 95 of Zach Masters. Let's try and get a word with our top 3. Move just a couple of these guys here in a second. Chat to the driver coming home in 3rd place tonight. Here's Bob King. Bob, congratulations on a 3rd. You can say you threw that one away.
Yeah, apparently I really didn't want to win that one.
One mistake on the cushion and that was pretty much all she wrote, but man, your car had some speed here tonight.
Yeah, definitely had some speed. Yeah, had a really good gap at the start of the race, and yeah, made a bit of a mistake and let him catch up a little bit, and then yeah, stepped on it really big, and yeah, but oh well, we'll take the points, and so we can do in these situations.
A track like this was once again racy, but it just seemed that top side was just too fast and certainly the place to be.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was where all the speed was at. I'm not sure if too many people made too many moves on the bottom, but yeah, I got a bit lucky on the restart on the first caution with Harmy, and managed to get the lead off that. But yeah, all in all, wasn't a bad race. A little bit angry, I made a mistake, but yeah, what can you do?
Well, points is all it takes so far, and Luke, I'm sure there's plenty of people you want to thank.
Yeah, definitely. The guys at Synergy Sim Racing and the guys helping with the testing at the moment has been fantastic. Trackstar Raceware, the Speedway Shop and Newline, and Ultimate Dirt TV.
All right, well done to Bob King, home in third. Home in second place tonight, the number 11 machine of Josh Arm. Homie, congratulations on a second. You were pretty much vast from the get-go tonight. I mean, it was nice to beat Berkeley in the heat win, and nice to carry that speed and momentum into the feature.
Yeah, I had a good night tonight. I buggered up my time trial lap, but yeah, no, it was good to get the heat win and had a great race in there. Amen there.
Talk about that top side of the racetrack. I mean, I asked the question to Bob. I mean, it looked like the place to be tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And definitely towards the end, there was a real big cushion building in turn 1 and 2 there. You could sit on that and make some good time, but it was tough to run up there for that long.
Talk about that big cushion in 1 and 2, particularly on that last lap. It looks like you pretty much railed the cushion in 1 and 2. Was the cushion not the same in 3 and 4? Was it totally different?
Yeah, no, there definitely wasn't a cushion at all, I don't think, in 3 and 4. But yeah, nailed it on the last lap. I just wish I'd have done it a few laps earlier. I wish I knew it was there.
Well, look, a second place is still a good result for you and the team, and a good point all. But before we let you get ready for the sprint cars, what you got to thank some people that make it all happen for you.
Definitely just all the TTL boys, UDTV, and yeah, I think that's it.
We'll name them for you. Ash Media, Down Under Graphics.
That's it. I've been out a while.
Harm Tune Suspension. We can't forget those guys. Look, good luck. You going to race the 360s?
Nah, mate, it's my bedtime.
Well, look, you sleep tight and you have some sweet dreams, and we'll see you back next week.
Thank you. See ya.
Okay, Josh Harm, home in second. Home with the win in Caliber 94, New Zealand's own Brett Junior Morris. Brett, congratulations on that win. Well, it wasn't handed to you, but man, I tell you what, you had some luck, but you certainly had some speed in that 94 machine.
Yeah, I'm just as surprised as I guess everyone else is. It was pretty crazy. I dropped a good lap in qualifying, which really helped, and had probably one of the races of my lives in the heat. That was heaps of fun. So we're up the front of fourth, and then I thought I was settling for second. But then obviously Bob got into the wall, I think, or something happened to him, and then just got by him and kept it cool and crossed the line in the win. So yeah, I just can't thank everyone enough, all the boys from NZSR and helping with the setup building tonight, and it's just crazy, yeah.
You spoke about your heat race. I mean, you and Cam Taylor put on probably one of the best shows that I've seen in a late model in a heat race. Did that help you going into the feature race, knowing that you're able to slide job people like that and do it cleaner and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely gave me the confidence in the feature. I mean, I think Cam won the feature, or he's won the feature at ASL in the late models before. I think it was a previous one. So I guess when you're going up against the best and you're racing them, then you've obviously got some speed. So it was just mind-boggling that I got the win tonight. Just crazy.
All right. Well, look, before we let you go and celebrate quickly with the team, who do you want to thank that makes it all happen for the wheels to turn on that number 94 machine?
Oh, just everyone from NZSR, and obviously you for putting on the stream, and Gavin for hosting the races, and it's always good fun.
All right, well done on the main event win tonight, Brett.
Thank you.
There we go. Brett Junior Morris home in first place. We are not done with just yet. We have the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series to come back to the Knoxville Raceway here in just a moment. The server should be going up, so we're going to be live in about 10 or so minutes time. If you haven't done so already, check out Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook. If you're watching from the YouTube channel, you can head over to either facebook.com/Ultimate Dirt TV, hit the like and follow button, or you can check out our YouTube channel. You can watch it in 1080p, youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit the subscribe button, doesn't cost a cent. And with that being said, well done to Brett Junior Morris, Josh Harm, and Bob King, your top three for the Super Late models here at the Knoxville Raceway. Now we turn our attentions to the 360s. We'll be back in a few moments' time. We'll see you shortly.